but it's kind of exciting too at the same time. As I went behind Alex, the bathroom was right there off the kitchen. I went and did my thing. When I came out, when I came out of the bathroom, Alex touched me on my arm. Again, same feeling. And he looked at me. He's sitting down. He looked up to me and he said, "Thank you for not pushing the issue." And I automatically said, "You're welcome," and walked back in and sat down next to Mike and had no idea what the hell he was talking about. I had no idea what he was referring to. Until maybe the next day, uh, after it was all said and done. After what was all said and done the next day, I think I realized what he was talking about. Everybody left that night. We came back the next day for our interviews, our documentaries. And Jan still badgered me to please say something to the negative, that I didn't believe the spooks were gone, or the spook, the bad one. The odd thing is after Alex had gone through the house the first time, he picked up 7 spirits minus 1, because I guess he and we all attributed that to being the McMahon family member, Margaret, I do believe. But on his second trip during that day, before the exorcism, he picked up 1 spirit, that of a girl, in Mary's room, which again, this is where the heart of the house comes from. Even today, people go to Mary's room and immediately they have all this static electricity pulling their hair off their arms and stuff. I sit in Mary's room a million times and nothing that extreme happens. I don't know. I think there's a lot of an awful, and God forgive me for anybody who's getting mad, but I think a lot of it is apprehension. The house has got problems, whether it be haunted or on the same parallel as the Bermuda Triangle, which, by the way, it is. Who cares? We have had Mary's room door close while we're in there, and the door will push itself open. It won't close. It'll open. The tilt of the house, the jam, whatever, it opens. It doesn't close. It closed on us while we were looking at it, while we were next to it. Some people perceive things differently than others. Therefore, they can pick up the static. I can only see a door. Alex picked up 1 spirit on his. He got the impression of 1 spirit who would not leave the room, who would not leave the house, because her boyfriend, husband, whatever, drowned, and she wouldn't come out of the room. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't do anything, and she burned Alex. Something else that happened to Clara, Beth, Mike, did you get burnt? I don't remember. They were burnt in their sleep by something. Alex was burned under his jacket by something while in the house the second time on April 13th, 1974. So we have the myth of the stagecoach. We have the innkeeper killing people, robbing them, burying their bodies in the forest. No, that was never mentioned by anybody but whoever picks it up now. I don't know. I don't know. There's no mention of bodies being buried in the basement at all. Never. During the dandy time. I guess now if new New psychics come in and pick up dead bodies in the surrounding area. Well, maybe they should dig them up and find out if they're really there. Dig up the basement. The house is going to fall within itself anyhow. It's going to collapse. The basement wall facing the driveway is bowed in this way. It's going to go unless something is done to shore it up, to brace it. It's going to collapse eventually if the house even continues to stand. One thing I do want to mention to people, if they really need to know this, that basement is not healthy. The basement air is not healthy. If you look in there and look closely, you'll see a bunch of spiders that are dead in the basement. They're all white. They're pure white spiders. Now, they're not white because they don't have light down there and they live in the dark. They're white because they died from a fungus disease. That's the only thing that will kill these spiders. And if you look at them closely, every single one of them is a daddy long-leg. And they died of a fungus disease. That's why their joints are extremely large and their bodies are pure white. That is a fungus disease they're dying from. You're breathing that shitty air in. Stay out of the basement. Also, if you go down to the bottom as you're coming down the stairs, and you know how rickety rackety they are, right at the bottom of the stairs, or right over in that corner at the bottom of the stairs, there is the remains of a muskrat that rotted away there several years ago. It was never cleaned out. It just, I learned that the easy way because one of my friends stepped directly into the body of it. Sorry to gross you out, but it laid there after that, just decomposed. That air is not good down there, and that air goes into the house, and I think that whole, as many people already know, I wish they would just knock the house down and get over with. Just end it. I'm going to pause for a second. I got to get my thoughts together.